Hey, what's going on, listeners? This is the first ever Huevos and Ketchup podcast. I am Ketchup, aka Bobby, and I got my main man over here, Huevos, aka Ray.
How's it going?
So we're going to do this podcast, and we're going to talk about pretty much how Huevos and Ketchup came together, how it all started, and then we're going to talk about, how we merged from there, from just being friends into doing stand-up comedy, and then attempting some YouTube, and then to where we are today for the podcast. So, Huevos and I, we met back in 2007. Yeah, 2007. We met at a vet clinic. He was working there. I just started. Did you start out as a kennel tech first, or were you straight?
No, I was one of the main tech, or not main. I was one of the techs there that had my own weekend as a shift leader, and then that's I think you came like 3 months later.
Yeah, something like that.
They told me I had to watch over you because they didn't know how much you knew or if they trusted you or not.
More likely if I didn't trust me, more than anything. But but yeah, so we met then, and we right away, like we pretty much connected on, I would say, mostly on stand-up comedians, and movies.
Some music,
yeah. I mean, at that time, you were really heavy into Good Charlotte and stuff. Which I couldn't.
Yeah, a lot of little punk pop. I was 19.
You're 19 at the shit, dude. You were 19 years old, and so we met. I was what? How old was I then? 2007. I was
24,
24, 25?
23? No, 23.
23, something like that. Yeah, and and so we connected on that, and we used to, all day long we would joke and we would quote movies, mostly Eddie Murphy movies, from Life,
Harlem
Nights, Coming to America. Just all the time, dude. We would quote these movies all the time, and so we would always make jokes, and we would do stupid stuff around the clinic. And so we did that for how long? How long were we there?
Probably about 2 years.
About 2 years? Yeah, we were there for about a good 2 years. And after that, we kind of moved on. I was in school. I was actually going to college at the time. And
I just went to another clinic.
Yeah, and then he moved on to another clinic. And we always stayed in contact. We always, again, just talking shit, dude. That's pretty much what we do. We talk shit.
And eat.
Yeah. Eat and talk shit. That's what we do.
And some video games.
Oh, and video games here and there. And so from there, I would say it took quite some years, but I finally got the gall to do stand-up. And like most stand-up comics, I started out doing open mics. I would say probably about 6 months later, I did my own 1 hour comedy show. You were the one that helped me put everything on. You did the video, you did the audio, the sound, you did.
Yeah. It was just like a techie setup guy.
You also helped me with my jokes too. Like you were like
just trying to help you whether or not they would work or not. Yeah.
Yeah. You were really instrumental in really helping me with my jokes. I can tell you right now, like my first 1 hour special, my current wife, I'm still married. I don't know how that happened, but I'm still married. And my current wife at the time,
Your current wife at the time? That makes no sense.
I know. Well, I'm trying to sound nostalgic and smart at the same time. That's not working, is it?
Nope.
Okay. But anyhow, she really did not like it. I can tell you she was just upset. Most of my jokes were not so much really, about her. Yeah, they were about her. It wasn't anything crazy vulgar, but it just still wasn't pleasant. And so they evolved into what they were, and the last time I did stand-up was this last summer, 2016, and that was the last time I did stand-up. A great show, though. We had a great turnout. We had some good comedians on there.
Yeah.
We had Bobby Smith, B. Smitty. That's what he goes by. Great comedian, great guy. Just down to earth, funny as shit. You can't. I've worked with the comedians worked with Brian Powell here from here, San Antonio. Awesome guy. Rafael Molina, another funny guy.
Mr. Danger.
Yeah, Frankie Danger. But here's a problem with doing stand-up, and this is how it kind of led to where we are today. Because of my job, and even my current job, it's the same line of work. My stand-up became very controversial with the job that I do. I'm a teacher, and I was in a school district where this lady and you know what? To this day, I know who the fuck it is, and I really hope that bitch is dead because fuck her. Dude, I lost my job. Okay, I was in a great school district. I had a great fucking job, dude, position. Everything was great, man.
We actually had your YouTube videos of your shows. I mean, we had your recorded shows up on YouTube, and we had to actually take them down.
Yeah, take them down because that whole incident.
Yeah.
Because she got upset because I borrowed some Saran wrap from her. Because me and some of the other teachers in my department, we would play pranks on each other. Like they covered my whole truck in sticky notes, which I thought was hilarious. So I decided to Saran wrap their stuff down to their desk. I used like half a thing of Saran wrap. It wasn't even a full one. Well, that bitch got all pissed and bent out of shape. Next thing you know, I'm getting called into the HR office, and they're okay. So as terrible as it was kind of funny because I'm sitting in HR, and the lady that's telling me that I'm about to lose my job, all right, she pulls up my Twitter account, and she starts reading off jokes that I had on my Twitter account. She was like, in March of this year, you said that you ate out a skinny girl and lost 10 pounds. And she kept going off and on about all these. And then she played on the computer. She pulled up my YouTube video and she played me like 20 minutes of my special.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And I'm like, how can you not like that? How do you want to get rid of me? That's hilarious. But they were definitely not fans. And so I lost my job and things were looking really bad at the time. But thank God things got better. Things are actually great career-wise right now. And so that's good. And so then I kind of, stand-up really kind of fell by the wayside for me to stay out of trouble, really. And then you and I started to do, we attempted from there to do like YouTube type. Yeah. I don't know,
we had our own little ideas of wanting to just give advice and share stories because we've been told that our stories and just things that we've gone through have kind of made a lot of people laugh.
Just the stuff that you and I have experienced. Like, do you remember when I went through that little, I guess you can say, short spurt of online dating?
And I remember the website too.
God damn, dude. Like, look, let me tell you something. And this is just a piece of advice from the intro show, okay? If you're into online dating, get the fuck out now, okay? You think there's some weirdos on TV? There are some fucking weird ass people on online dating. Remember that one I told you? The one where we met at the Starbucks and she tried to remember how she attacked me and she kissed me?
Oh yeah.
And she was slobbing my mouth. Like I was trying to get in my truck and she kept or my car at the time, and she kept trying to suck my face in, dude. And she was it was fucking disgusting, dude.
Well, man, I mean, a lot of those, you know what you're getting into when you're going online. I mean, it's nothing but a whole bunch of people trying to hook up.
That's what, at the time I didn't, I thought I was trying to find
true love.
Yeah, right. Anyway, true love, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, so we tried the YouTube thing. I don't know. I always felt like we had too much influence from outside, sources, other YouTube channels.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
A lot of other duos. There was a couple. Well, not even a lot. It's just the duos that we watched. It's not that we were copying them, but they were already talking about stuff that we had already talked about. With other people that we know. So if we ended up putting it out there, it would look like we were basically copying them, other duos or other people that give advice or tell stories. But yeah, it just ended up being to where we felt like we ended up imitating them, and that's not how we wanted to come off.
I mean, we definitely want to come out as original, and I know that there's millions of podcasts out there with all types of things, But we're trying to, just try to keep it original with, throw in some comedy, some hopefully decent advice. So basically, like I said, we we're trying this new platform of entertainment, going from just talking shit at work to doing stand up and then trying to dab into YouTube. This new platform of podcasting is, again, we're here to entertain y'all. We're here to have some fun.
Make them laugh.
Yeah, just try to make people laugh and try to just have a good time. Just doing what we want to do with this. So, after a few recordings, we're gonna have a Instagram and an email set up. That way, you guys can DM us.
Maybe
if you
Facebook,
want. Yeah, maybe
Twitter.
even Facebook, Twitter. That you guys could DM us. You guys can send us messages about topics you want to hear about. If you want to be a guest on the show because you got something that you'd like to say, we're all about that.
Or if you've heard any of our stories and you want us to, if you have a favorite one of our stories and you want us to tell, to everyone that's going to listen to the recordings, just let us know.
Oh, absolutely, man. So we're here for the people. We're trying to be the people's champ. So like I said, when you get right down to it, we're going to try to do, all this stuff here pretty soon after a few recordings. So again, thanks for tuning in to the Huevos and Ketchup podcast. Thanks for listening, and you guys enjoy.
Thanks.